Birds' beaks play a fundamental role in their daily activities, which range from feeding them to building their nests. And just as we can find a huge number of unusual birds in our world, if we look closely, we can also find many unusual and strange beaks on these animals, which stand out for having colors, shapes, and adaptations that are very different from those we are used to seeing around. And it is with this in mind that we have put together a list of some of these to present in today's video. 20 birds with strange beaks that will surprise you. Black skimmer. The black skimmer is a fascinating aquatic bird found in coastal regions and rivers of the Americas, from the United States to Argentina, known for its unique feeding habits and distinctive beak. Measuring approximately 50 centimeters in length, the black skimmer has black plumage on the upper body and white on the underside with short reddish-orange legs. As far as its beak is concerned, this is certainly one of the bird's most notable features because the black skimmer's beak is extraordinarily adapted to its feeding technique and its lower jaw is significantly longer than its upper jaw, which is unusual among birds. This unique adaptation allows the bird to feed in a very particular way, flying close to the water with its beak open and using its lower jaw to basically cut the surface of the water and capture small fish or other small aquatic organisms. This strategy is highly efficient in calm waters, where the bird can better identify its prey, and as well as being functional, the black skimmer's beak is visually distinctive, being long, straight, and reddish-orange at the base and black at the tip, which makes it easily recognizable in the wild. Common crossbill. Widely distributed in the coniferous forests of the northern hemisphere, but also found in adjacent areas, the common crossbill is a small bird with a melodious song and plumage that varies between shades of red, orange, green, and gray, depending on its sex and age. But another notable feature of the common crossbill that should be mentioned is the unique shape of its beak, whose mandibles are crossed at the tip. This peculiar adaptation is especially effective for accessing coniferous seeds that form part of their diet and are essential for their survival, especially during the winter months when other food sources are scarce. By using this crossed beak, the common crossbill is able to separate the scales of the pine cones and reach hidden seeds, which is an impressive evolutionary specialization and gives them a surprising advantage in their natural habitat, since thanks to this special feature they are able to access a food source that many other birds are unable to exploit. Spoonbill. The popular name spoonbill does not necessarily refer to a specific species of bird, but rather to a genus of birds that includes 6 different species distributed in various parts of the planet and which stand out for the unique shape of their bills, which resemble the shape of a spoon, a characteristic that gave rise to their popular name. Spoonbills are medium to large birds with plumage that varies from white to pink, depending on the species, and have long, thin legs, ideal for walking in shallow waters. In addition, these birds are known for their social behavior and are often seen in large flocks, especially during feeding and migration. As for the unique structure of the spoonbill's bill, this plays a crucial role in their feeding, as these birds often feed in shallow waters, moving their bill from side to side as they walk. The flattened and sensitive end of this bill allows them to detect and capture small fish, crustaceans, and aquatic invertebrates, even in murky waters, which is an extremely efficient foraging technique and gives these birds remarkable specialization in aquatic ecosystems. Sword-billed hummingbird. Now we're going to talk about the sword-billed hummingbird, a truly extraordinary bird, known mainly for the impressive length of its bill, which exceeds the length of its own body. This species inhabits the high-altitude tropical and subtropical forests of the Andes, usually between 2,000 and 3,500 meters above sea level, covering countries such as Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, and Bolivia, and has a straight, long bill that is perfectly adapted for reaching the nectar of extremely long tubular flowers. In fact, for certain species of flowers, the sword-billed hummingbird is the only one with a bill long enough to access their nectar, which makes it an essential pollinator for several species of plants that depend on this interaction to reproduce. In addition, they also have a long, thin tongue, which extends beyond the bill, and which is another crucial adaptation for reaching the deep nectar of some flowers. An interesting curiosity is that, despite the fact that its bill seems disproportionate to the size of the rest of its body, the sword-billed hummingbird is a master of aerial maneuvers, using its ability to fly to feed with precision and speed. And in addition to its spectacular bill that gives it a remarkable appearance, it also has iridescent plumage that varies from green to blue, depending on the incidence of light, which contributes even more to its unique and special look. Shoebill stork. Found in swampy and humid regions of tropical Africa, especially in countries such as Uganda, South Sudan, and Zambia, the shoebill stork is a unique and impressive bird that stands out for having several peculiar features that make it truly unique among birds. And among all these unusual features, one of the most striking is its bill. The distinctive bill of the shoebill stork is bulky, robust, and incredibly functional, with sharp edges that allow it to capture and crush prey efficiently. And as its name suggests, it has a shape that resembles a shoe. This fantastic bird is an opportunistic predator, feeding mainly on fish, but it also hunts amphibians, small reptiles, and even smaller birds, and its hunting behavior is methodical and patient, usually remaining motionless for long periods and waiting for the right moment to strike its prey with precision. In addition, the shoebill stork also stands out for its gray plumage, which matches the marshy habitats where it lives, and for having a majestic posture with a frightening, deep gaze, always seeming to be watching intently, which must surely arouse a sense of fear or dread in anyone who encounters one of these birds out there, especially considering their enormous size and the strange and frightening sound they can emit. That's right, if its strange physical appearance wasn't enough, the shoebill stork is also capable of emitting a sound very similar to rifle fire, as a strategy to ward off predators and also to attract mates during the mating season. Buff-necked ibis. The buff-necked ibis is an unmistakable bird with a wide distribution in South America, occurring in diverse habitats such as open grasslands, savannas, wetlands, and forest edges. The buff-necked ibis feeds mainly on insects, larvae, and other invertebrates, and its varied diet reflects the bird's ability to adapt to different environments, from dry areas to flooded zones, with its long, downward-curved bill being a specialized tool for probing the ground in search of food, as this structure is ideal for reaching prey that is hidden in the ground or under vegetation. White-headed duck. We have to admit that so far we've talked about birds with really peculiar bills, with very different and unusual sizes and shapes, right? But now it's time to talk about a bird that stands out not because of the size or shape of its bill, but because of its color. We're talking about the white-headed duck, an intriguing aquatic bird that inhabits lakes and ponds in regions of southern Europe, northern Africa, and Central Asia, preferring areas with dense vegetation and deep waters, and which draws attention not only for its behavior but also for its unique appearance. One of the most striking features of the white-headed duck is its tail, which it often holds high, even while swimming or resting. But another striking feature of the white-headed duck is its short, wide bill, which takes on a sky blue color in males during the breeding season, contrasting with their white plumage on the head and predominantly brown on the rest of the body, while females have more discrete colors, with grayish and brown tones as well as a distinctive dark stripe on the face. TOCO toucan. Known for its long orange beak with a black spot on the tip, the TOCO toucan, as well as being one of South America's most iconic birds, is also the largest species of toucan in the world and inhabits a wide variety of environments, including forests, savannas, and semi-open areas, often in close proximity to humans. The TOCO toucan's diet is varied, including fruits, seeds, insects, and occasionally small vertebrates, such as the young of other birds, and its huge beak serves several functions, including collecting food, regulating body temperature, and defending against predators. In addition, another interesting fact about the TOCO toucan's beak is that although it looks heavy due to its large size, it is surprisingly light due to its structure composed of keratin and filled with spongy bone tissue, so it doesn't hinder flight or other daily activities. Red-billed scythebill. The red-billed scythebill is a widely distributed bird in the forests and areas of dense vegetation of South America, including Brazil, which preferentially inhabits forest edges, savannas, and riparian forests, where its presence is usually noted for its active behavior and the unique shape of its bill. The red-billed scythebill's bill is long, thin, and sharply curved downwards, and this structure is a perfect adaptation for its diet based on insects and arthropods, as the bird uses its bill like specialized tweezers, probing crevices in tree bark to capture hidden prey. The red-billed scythebill has a discrete plumage with brown and reddish tones that help it to camouflage itself among vegetation and tree trunks, where it spends much of its time and is often seen climbing tree trunks and branches in a spiral motion, using its strong claws and stiff tail to support itself while searching for food. Pied avocet. The pied avocet is an aquatic bird of unique beauty, recognized by its plumage that combines black and white patterns, as well as its long legs that give it an elegant appearance as it moves through shallow waters. This distinctive bird is found in humid habitats where it lives in numerous colonies and can be seen in constant activity, with one of its most characteristic behaviors being its incessant search for food, which is directly associated with one of the most peculiar parts of its body, its bill. The pied avocet's bill is a striking feature and highly adapted to its lifestyle. It is long, thin, and has an unmistakable upward curve, which not only gives it a distinctive aesthetic, but also plays a crucial role in its feeding. When moving in shallow water, the pied avocet uses its bill as an efficient tool, making gentle lateral movements to sift through the water and substrate in search of small aquatic organisms. In this way, this feeding technique, combined with the sensitivity of its bill, allows the bird to identify prey even when it is hidden in the mud. Boat-billed heron. The boat-billed heron is a unique aquatic bird found mainly in mangroves, wetlands, and tropical forests near rivers and lakes in Central and South America, which has an exotic and unmistakable appearance with a relatively large head and a robust, wide bill. The boat-billed heron's bill is one of its most distinctive features and is a highly adapted structure for catching prey in aquatic environments. During the night, when it is most active, the boat-billed heron uses its bill to catch small fish, crustaceans, aquatic insects, and other invertebrates, and explores shallow bodies of water, moving slowly and silently as it detects its prey, often using the tactile sensitivity of its bill to catch food even in low visibility. Streaked XENOPS. Widely distributed throughout the tropical and subtropical forests of South and Central America, especially in dense habitats such as the Atlantic rainforest and Andean regions, the streaked XENOPS is a small bird known for its active behavior and its ability to forage between trunks and branches, often in an acrobatic manner, exploiting its agile body structure and unique anatomical features. However, the main feature of the streaked XENOPS is its short, slightly upward slanting bill, specially adapted to the bird's lifestyle, allowing it to search for small invertebrates on wooden surfaces, tree bark, and foliage. Using its curved bill as a precise tool, the streaked XENOPS inspects cracks and holes in search of insects, spiders, and other small organisms, making quick and methodical movements. And this ability to access hidden areas and explore decaying materials is an important feature of its ecology, as it contributes to the balance of the ecosystem. African sacred ibis. The African sacred ibis is a medium-sized bird that attracts attention both for its elegant appearance and for its rich cultural and historical symbolism. Found in wetlands, lakes, and marshes, the African sacred ibis is widely distributed in sub-Saharan Africa and parts of the Middle East and South Asia, but has also been introduced elsewhere over time. The black and white plumage of the African sacred ibis is one of its most striking features, with most of its body covered in white feathers, which contrast with some black parts. However, despite its beautiful plumage, the bird's greatest morphological curiosity concerns its long, downward curved bill, which is highly functional given that this specialized bill is a versatile tool that allows the African sacred ibis to explore flooded soils, sandbanks, and muddy areas in search of food. And in addition to its ecological importance, the African sacred ibis is widely known for its cultural significance. In ancient Egyptian civilization, it was considered a sacred bird, associated with the god Thoth, the patron of wisdom, writing, and magic, and for this reason it was represented in hieroglyphics and sculptures, which further reinforced its position as a spiritual and mystical symbol, which meant that the bird was protected and venerated for centuries. Pelican. Pelicans are a family of large aquatic birds known for their distinctive appearance, especially for their long beaks with an expandable pouch, used as a versatile tool for feeding. These birds can be found in coastal regions, estuaries, lagoons, and bodies of water almost all over the world, with the exception of polar areas and extreme deserts, and have plumage that varies from pure white to other shades of colors, depending on the species. But if there is one trait that can be defined as truly iconic in pelicans, it is their long beak and gular pouch, which is elastic and used to capture and store food. When fishing, pelicans often dip their beaks into the water, filling this pouch with fish and occasionally other small aquatic organisms, after which they close their beaks and raise their heads to empty the water before swallowing the food. In addition, these birds also display interesting social behavior, usually living in colonies that can include hundreds or even thousands of individuals, and during the breeding season, their beaks and gular sacs often become more vibrant, displaying intense colors as part of courtship. Long-billed dowitcher. The long-billed DOWITCHER is a wading bird that mainly inhabits wetlands and estuaries in North America, and is easily recognizable by its slender body, long legs, and, above all, its remarkable bill. The long-billed DOWITCHER's long, narrow bill is an ideal adaptation for foraging in muddy or sandy areas, where the bird probes the substrate in search of small invertebrates such as mollusks, worms, and aquatic insects. In this way, the shape of its bill allows it to access deeper crevices in the ground, making it efficient at foraging where other birds with shorter bills could not. And so this foraging technique is carried out with great agility, allowing the long-billed DOWITCHER to capture its prey quickly and accurately. Flamingo. Flamingos are a family of iconic water birds, widely recognized for their long, thin legs, curved necks, and vibrant plumage, which can vary from pink to red or white. Distributed in tropical and subtropical regions all over the world, including parts of Africa, Asia, Europe, and America, flamingos mainly inhabit shallow water areas such as salt lakes, estuaries, lagoons, and even swamps, and their adaptability to salty and brackish water environments where other birds may struggle to survive makes them an essential part of aquatic ecosystems. Flamingos' plumage, which is one of their most captivating features, is made up of soft feathers of varying colors, depending on the species and diet, but another interesting characteristic of these animals that should be mentioned is their distinctive bill. Curved downwards, this bill is designed to filter small aquatic organisms from the water, such as algae, shrimp, and mollusks, and has a complex and specialized structure of lamellae that allow it to efficiently filter food from the bottom of shallow waters, where the flamingo feeds by moving its head from side to side in the water. Atlantic puffin. Widely distributed along the North Atlantic regions, especially off the coasts of Iceland, Norway, and Canada, the Atlantic puffin is a small seabird known for its sociable behavior and unmistakable appearance, which makes it one of the most popular birds in the world. Atlantic puffins are excellent divers and use their wings to swim underwater in search of fish, which make up the majority of their diet. They can dive to considerable depths and are capable of catching several fish in a single strike, storing them crosswise in their beak thanks to a special structure that allows them to hold several prey at the same time. This beak of the Atlantic puffin is large in proportion to the size of the bird's body, being robust with a triangular shape that stands out for its variety of colors and patterns. And during the breeding season, this beak features bright colors and a series of layers that make it incredibly vibrant, creating an impressive visual effect that helps in attracting mates. Kiwi. The kiwi is a non-flying bird, known for the enormous size of its egg when compared to the size of its body, and also for having feathers that look more like fur than typical bird feathers. But in addition to these unusual and quite distinctive characteristics, which are more than enough to define the kiwi as a really strange bird, these animals also have another striking and special characteristic, namely their beak, which plays an important role in feeding them in the environment. The kiwi's beak is long and flexible, allowing it to probe the ground in search of food. This feature is especially useful as the kiwi is a bird that feeds mainly on worms, insects, larvae, and small invertebrates found on the forest floor. And what's more, the kiwi's beak is highly sensitive, which means it can detect vibrations and subtle movements in the ground. This helps the bird locate buried prey, even in low light conditions. And as the kiwi is a nocturnal bird, this is a crucial adaptation for foraging at night when its vision is limited. Stork-billed kingfisher. The stork-billed kingfisher is a fascinating bird that inhabits tropical and subtropical regions of Asia, including India, Southeast Asia, and parts of Southeast China, and is easily recognizable by its vibrant coloring and fantastic bill. The stork-billed kingfisher's bill is undoubtedly one of its most notable features, and just as the bird's name suggests, it stands out for its resemblance to a stork's bill, adapted for hunting and catching fish, crustaceans, and other aquatic organisms. This pointed bill is ideal for accurately piercing the water, a crucial skill when the stork-billed kingfisher is out hunting, and thanks to its large size, this bill allows it to catch large prey quickly and efficiently. White-tipped sicklebill. And finally, let's talk about the white-tipped sicklebill, another fascinating species of hummingbird that inhabits the Andean regions of South America, particularly in Peru, Bolivia, and northwest Argentina, and which is particularly notable for the shape of its bill, which is long, curved downwards and shaped like a sickle, which inspired its popular name. This bill, like that of other hummingbirds, is designed to access flower nectar, but the pronounced curvature of the white-tipped sicklebill's bill gives it an adaptive advantage in relation to the plants on which it feeds. This is because this curved bill is ideal for exploring flowers where other birds might have difficulty, and so this type of specialized bill allows the white-tipped sicklebill to extract nectar with great efficiency, a crucial skill for its feeding, especially in mountainous areas, where flora can be scarce and spread over high altitudes. But what do you think? Which bird has the most surprising and fantastic beak on this list? Let us know in the comments which one impressed you the most, and if you liked the video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next videos we'll be bringing here. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.